culture. First off, the commercialism, even before Halloween, detracts from the moment of Christ being born and the new kingdom. I mean, this is what Advent was designed to do, was designed to remind us of the coming of Christ into the world. It was designed to help us reorient our lives at the end of the year, to remind us what we live for, why we're here, who we are. It's to remind us that when Christ entered the world, everything changed. Secondly, the demands of life make every day seem the same anymore, and we don't easily recognize why this day is any different from any other day. On both counts, requesting that the church pay attention and focus on this decisive moment of Christmas requires some energy, some determination, some intentionality. 1 Thessalonians 5:16-24, Paul invites the congregation to order its life so that it may be kept sound, undamaged, undiminished. For the parousia, which is the Greek word for the return of Christ, we are to be focused and mindful of who Christ is, what he's done, what he's brought, what he ushered in the new kingdom, the victory over death and sin, conquering all of that, giving us his Spirit. If we are mindful of these things, if we are aware and intentionally putting our lives back into his hands, we will be ready for the second coming of Christ. Paul has no doubt that ordinary time, our daily routines, will be deeply disrupted by his return, and we do not want to miss out on that disruption. Our season of overblown commercialism will be disrupted. The despairing sameness of every day of life will be disrupted. In the verses before our reading, Paul issues pastoral imperatives for readiness. In verses 12 and 13 in chapter 5, he says, respect pastoral leaders and esteem them. And it's really hard for me to say that because I'm standing up here as a pastoral leader. But what he's saying is, he's writing to them and saying, hey, these guys are trying to prepare you for the end. They're trying to prepare you for the second coming of Christ. They're trying to teach you how to live a life so that you're ready. So you don't end up like, there was a parable that Jesus taught about 10 virgins, and they were at a wedding feast, and they had lamps that were filled with oil that had a little flame coming out of them. And it was one of their ways of welcoming and being ready for the bridegroom. And some of them didn't pay attention, and they ran out of oil, and the bridegroom showed aggressive talk toward each other. Be at peace with one another. Here, this is the aggressive talk toward each other. Be at peace with one another. Here, this is the thing, and it's something that I think we have to be taught because our culture is very much about this. As followers of Christ, when we become Christians, he doesn't change our personality. He doesn't fix our brain. He doesn't undo all the things we've learned or give us new things. But what he does is he gives us his Spirit, and he gives us a heart to desire to be